how's it going, everybody? It's me, ScottDog. Thank you very much for joining us. As you can see, we are back. We're playing some more WWE 2K25. Now, we've played one season on MyGM, but unfortunately, the save file is somehow corrupt. So we're starting again. We're going to make a few changes to what we did last time. First off, we're in charge of Raw rather than WCW, and you can see here we've got Adam Pearce, Paul Heyman, and Shawn Michaels in with us. Let's get into this. We're going to hit start. Would you like these brands for these GMs? Yes, we would. We're going to put these up to hard. We'll leave it as fans as the win condition. I am going to put the budget up. We'll leave it in a snake order. We'll leave shake-ups on, draft pool on default, auto draft. No, we are going to have all of the matches unlocked. I won't put a timer on, but we'll try and manage it so we're not doing too much. Let's get into the draft. I've got my pen and paper ready. We're good to go. So I do apologise. Obviously, we were kind of carrying over, but I think, to be fair, also bumping up the difficulty will help. So we know how the draft works. There's going to be 9 rounds. It's going to go back and forth. We can continue to draft after that. Let's go. We get to start. Who are we going to go with? We could go Rhea. I know it's silly, but I like superstars with stamina. That's my biggest thing. How do I know who's got the most popularity here? Is this in popularity order? I can't remember how this works. Oh, here we go. Popularity. Roman Reigns is the most popular and cheaper than the others. Interesting. Only by 1. And then his stamina. I mean, CM Punk's stamina is considerably better than some. What about Drew McIntyre? I feel like Drew could be the lead heel of our brand. I tell you what we should do. We should see who's the cheapos with high popularity. I don't know if the price is just done. It's clearly not just done on popularity, look, because these two are quite different. So I'm guessing it also takes into account the ring level on the left hand side there. Is there anyone who looks cheap to us? Because that would be a reasonable place to start, because we can be fairly sure that the expensive people are still going to be there. Omos is quite cheap, but he's also a level 5. So maybe let's get our superstars in. The question is, are we going CM Punk? Are we going Roman Reigns? Are we going Drew McIntyre? Let's go Roman Reigns. Why not? So Roman, I can hit the button on this. He's a bruiser, and he's a face. Okay, so let's keep going. Let's see if we can get some of the bloodline, shall we?
You want a tough guy like this to start your brand with. The NXT GM ready to turn in the second pick.
ECW ready for their second pick.
SmackDown's GM prepares the second pick. Raw's up again now with
Gets back to us.
Second pick.
Drew is still around, but Drew is not what we need to face Roman Reigns. What about the other members of the Bloodline? Where's Solo and that lot? Should we be looking for them? Maybe. Are they even here? Tyler Breeze is here. Have I missed them? Have I gone past them? Jacob Fatu is a bruiser, so not quite gonna face off against Tamatonga is a fighter. We got a bruiser here as well. Should we just go all out for the bloodline? Shall we? I don't know if I want to see Solo versus Roman anymore ever again. But I do wonder. I mean, I suspect they're still going to be loitering around for a little while. So let's go and find someone else to pick near the top of the list. Who else have we got? Bray Wyatt. I think we'll go Drew McIntyre. Or maybe we go... I mean, Drew we might be able to get to change to like a fighter to then take on a bruiser over this side. In fact, he may already be able to do it. Yeah, fighter bonus class. So we could get him and turn him into a fighter to take on Roman. Let's do that. So Drew, Mac, male, bruiser / fighter, and he's a heel. Okay.
Raw selects Drew McIntyre. And Team Red selects
Now,
the indomitable Drew McIntyre. This one will fight anyone, even the GM's first pick.
we need some. We obviously need some females. We need to keep going down this line as well. So what about Kevin? I'm a massive Kevin Owens fan. Just everything he does is so well done. Nikki Cross, we could go with some of the Wyatt Six. We could try and... Wouldn't it be nice to try and turn this into a Bloodline versus Wyatt Six kind of all free-for-all on our show? Just have those two groups. Chad Gable. What about tag teams? I guess we go Jacob Fatu. Let's do it. He's a male, he's a bruiser as well, and he's a heel. Okay, let's just see where we end up with this. I don't know where I'm going. We'll just figure it out as we go. Here goes Logan Paul. Brutus Creed. Junior's Creed, I see. I see what you've done there.
Stock for round 4.
And now SmackDown picks number 4.
There goes KO.
Raw back up, ready to turn
Okay.
pick number 4.
So who did we pick last time? We just picked Fatu. Should we go for Solo? I haven't even looked at what money was spent. Should we go for Solo? We've got Tonga Loa. We've got all of those. Solo's pretty cheap. Let's go Solo. He's also a bruiser. Sikoa. Male, bruiser, heel. Okay. I'm just going to keep going with the Bloodline for now, and then we'll figure out who's going to face them. That seems like a ridiculously stupid approach. Let's do it.
He'll make a mark on this show.
They're down here somewhere. Tamatonga. Tonga Loa. Was there another one? I can't remember. They're both fighters, so Tamatonga. Yeah. Tonga male. We haven't picked a single female yet. Sorry about that. Fighter heel. Okay, we're underway. I mean, we could try and get Jay and Jimmy if they're still around, and just have the whole thing again. Run the whole thing back.
Speculation about the next member of ECW.
Oh, come on. What are you doing?
Raw looking to add to its
He's taking the unbelievable. So we haven't really got a line for our other title, nor have we got any female. So let's pick a high rated female that isn't Charlotte Flair. Is that a bit harsh? No, he's not harsh. Let's just not pick Charlotte Flair. Io Sky, big fan. Asuka versus Io. Interesting. No, one's a cruiser. Jade Cargill, cheap. Well, not cheap, actually, considering the in-ring stuff. Nia Jax. Alexa Bliss. We could do Alexa versus Alexa, stop. Sorry about that. Let's not get her, because otherwise it will keep setting off my my assistant, my home assistant. I don't know who I'm going for here. I don't feel like any of these are the ones I want. Is it Axiom and Nathan Fraser? Is that his name? I can't remember. What about we build the whole thing around Maxine Dupree? Could that work? We're in the cheapos. Feels like we're too cheap. We'll come back to these in a bit. Let's go back to the top. So the best female here is you. I think we're going to go Liv. I'm going to write you down here. Liv Morgan. It's quite expensive, but female. And she is a cruiser and a heel.
Raw chooses Liv Morgan.
So we need a giant face that isn't Charlotte Flair.
Superstar who doesn't know the meaning of failure.
Is there another one? Braun Strowman, that's not going to be quite how we're going for it. Jade Cargill? I mean, we could, right? Jay versus Liv? I suppose I should probably change this to women, and then how do I change it to... Oh, I guess we can just go down this list and see giants. I can't remember how to do it. Piper Niven. Raquel Rodriguez. We can turn them against each other. We could take Raquel, and then they've got a tag. We got a tag team after the first run, right? Maybe that's the way we do it. Any other giants down here? No. So I think we're going to have to take Jade Cargill. She's very expensive. Jade Cargill. Female giant face. I mean, she's got a giant face, but...
Jade Cargill.
The GM picks up one of the hottest.
Right, we're going to have to start going cheap. We've got way less money than everybody else, I think. Although they're going to go up and then back down again, so...
Who's up for NXT? The ECW brand taking stock of the board. SmackDown pondering its next pick.
We'll see if we can start getting some cheap
Who is
tag
about to
teams,
join
I
the
think.
Raw roster?
Although, I've got free Bloodline and no one to face them. Okay, let's just go down the bottom here somewhere and see what we've got. Pat McAfee. Do we want him in the title charge? I'm not sure I do. Is Axiom still around? There he is, there he is. So we could get Axiom and Nathan Fraser. I'm sure they're a tag team, right? I'm not making that up. Let's do it. Are they both cruisers? Oh, let's not worry about it. Tag team. Axiom. Nathan Fraser. Yeah? Okay. So we'll get you. You are a male cruiser face.
Raw picks Nathan Fraser.
The GM picks Nathan Fraser.
And then we
A
want
ton of potential in
Axiom.
this kid.
This guy might just soar over all the GM's picks so far.
Almost got Angel by mistake. Axiom. Axiom. There he is. Axiom is a male cruiser face.
Raw drafts.
Okay,
Axiom.
we've got our
If the
first tag
GM's
team.
calculations are correct, they just picked Axiom.
He's knocking on the door. This is a smart pick.
So we've got these two facing each other,
A major
Drew and
decision for the
Reigns.
NXT War Room.
Then we got three
ECW weighing
Bloodline
their
members.
options here.
I guess we could put
The SmackDown GM is preparing
Jacob
their
as
next
like
pick.
the main
The
title
next round
charge,
begins
and then
for Monday Night
Solo
Raw.
and Tamatonga as a tag team. Oh, you know what I didn't do is think whether those two face any of the people we've actually got, which is bad news. I need two giants now. I feel like I've made a terrible error and we're running out of cash. Okay. Oh, hold on. How do I change? I guess I could get two specialists in. I've still got to do something with the free Bloodline members I've got. What am I going to do with those? Where are the giants? Let's find the giants. Cheap giants. Omos, we saw you earlier. Josh Briggs. Oh, I made a terrible error. Jimmy Uso's still around. We could get him. And Jay. I mean, they're both cruisers as well. I'm guessing they can change. Gunther is an expensive person to be putting in a tag team feud. These are all of the giants. Let's get Omos then. I don't know who we're going to tag him with. Omos, heel, male, giant, heel. And then let's find ourselves a specialist and see who they are. A cheap one at that. Oh, we could have got the Kit Wilson and that, but we need heel specialists really. Do you reckon whatever his name is and Omos and Kaiser could be together? Not like that. I just mean, you know, in general. Pete Dunne and Omos doesn't quite feel right. Pat McAfee, we could turn into a heel. I guess Pete Dunne? 200 grand on Pete Dunne. Pete Dunne, you're in.
Pete Dunne.
The Bruiserweight looking to make Raw black and blue.
The brand felt incomplete without this guy. Great late pick.
The NXT GM weighing their
We haven't got a
options
female
here.
tag team.
The
We're
land of
going
extreme
cheap for
with
that
their
one, I
next
tell you
pick.
that much.
Speculation, who joins SmackDown next? Raw has so many options to
Okay,
choose
who's
from
cheap?
here.
Jada Parker, Lola Vice. The problem is I don't know if any of these are tag teams or not. Oh dear. So is there any more damage control? Not really, I don't think. If they are, they're all at the top here, right? Bailey and Io Sky, too expensive. Okay, let's go back to the cheapos. I still need something to do with these free Bloodline members. You know what? You know what? Jey Uso's still here. He's a cruiser. He doesn't fight. He doesn't fight with those specialist bonus. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Jey Uso's so expensive. He's in.
Jey Uso.
Main event, Jey Uso joins the new brand.
I couldn't have made a better pick than this guy.
What is he? He's a cruiser / special. And he's a face. Okay. So I've still got 2 Bloodline members that I don't really know what I'm going to do with. And we need tag teams for the ladies. Should we just start getting in some of these cheapos? I think we do it. I don't know who these people are. No offense. Let's get Lash Legend, because I think I've heard of her, A, and B, she can become a... she can take on some of these fighters here. So, Lash Legend.
Lash Legend.
And this brand just became legendary thanks to Lash Legend.
One of the few pieces missing from this brand.
NXT weighing their options here for the next pick. The Extreme War Room debating ECW's next pick. The next member of SmackDown is about to be picked. The Raw War Room weighing its strategy
Okay.
here.
So who did we just get? We just picked... Hold on, how do I see? How do I see the person I just picked? Oh, I see. The right stick down. She was a bruiser. Okay, so we need a female fighter. Heel. We want cheap. Electra Lopez. Let's just write it down. Electra Lopez, female fighter, heel. Okay.
Raw selects Electra
Who else? Who else can go
Major
with
league pick here with Electra
that?
Lopez.
We could get
She's got
Blair
a lot of talent,
Davenport.
and it is ready to break out.
They're too expensive. We're coming back down here to the cheap seats. Shall we get Jada Parker? Let's just get her. Jada Parker, female. She is a fighter. Oh no, hold on. She's a fighter. I want something different than a fighter, really. But all of these, I guess it's Blair Davenport. She's quite expensive, but Blair Dav, female, special heel. Okay, so it's going to mean that. Oh, hold on. It's going to mean that anyone we get is going to be able to team up against Electra Lopez and Blair.
This woman has the ruthlessness to match her upside.
And it's going to be a terrible match because no one likes any of those people in terms of popularity. Good.
ECW moving on in the draft.
Look how much money they've all got.
SmackDown about to make another big pick.
SmackDown's down to 500, so we're okay. So I need another face, and they can be any one of these. Another specialist would be good. What about Gigi Dolan? Natalia? I mean, she's been around forever. Not there's anything wrong with that. 200 grand? I feel like specialists are the way, though. Let's do it. You know what, Natalia? Oh, how about Tiff? Bit too expensive, although there's not a lot of difference in there. Tiffany it is. Tiff Strat. Female special face. Okay. So let's just think about this. We've got Roman versus Drew. We've got Jacob and Solo, or Jacob and Tama versus Jay and somebody else. So these are both, I'm going to turn Jay into a specialist. These are both bruisers. So ideally we can find a fighter. Ideally we can find a fighter who is somewhere related to the Bloodline. Right? We can do this. Randy Orton's down. He's very expensive, but he might not be the worst shout. Any of these people bringing Bloodline vibes. Hold on, let's just go through the whole list and see if any of these people are bringing Bloodline vibes. And then we can go from there. So Bron, Eric, Josh. No, none of these people as far as I can tell. Dragon Lee, I don't think so. Jimmy, he's still here. We're taking him. Hold on, let's just make sure he can turn into a... he can swap between that and fighter. So that's fine. We've got to turn him a heel, and then we've got to turn him into a fighter. But Jimmy is in. It's way more than I wanted to spend, but we are doing it. So he is a fighter / cruiser heel. Okay. But we need to turn him into a face. I think we're good. We've got 200 grand left. That's not a lot. We do need someone to take on Tama Tonga. But we don't need to worry about that too much. Maybe we'll get one of the lowly peeps in, and we spend no more money today.
SmackDown contemplates their next pick.
We've gone a bit Bloodline heavy. I'm not going to lie. Let's just sort this by cost. And Tama Tonga is a male fighter, so I mean we could get. Let's just get Pat. He's cheap, right? Pat is cheap. Pat, Mac, male,
I love picks like
face,
this. It's a challenge
special.
to succeed.
I don't think there's anyone else we need or want based on this. Let's end the draft. We've only got 175k left. Look at that though. Look at the Bloodline there. Nice. Love that.
Who will join SmackDown in mere moments? Important pick for the Extreme brand. The NXT GM weighing their options here. NXT weighing their options here for the next pick. Important pick for the Extreme
Poor old
brand.
Cody's still loitering around with no one
A
touching
tough
him.
choice awaits the SmackDown GM. SmackDown moving on in the draft. And the GM has
I was going
made
to say,
their
he's on
final
97
pick.
grand. Is he going to spend more? Apparently not. Okay.
The Land of Extreme with their next pick.
Who will join the black and gold brand next? A
Thing
major
is, probably
decision for the
wise to
NXT
sign these
War Room.
people
Here's the
now
hungry talent
because
looking
you
to
sign them for the
break
whole
out in
season,
NXT.
right? And then you got trade capacity.
Look at the talent
But keeping
picked
them
by
happy
this
is a problem.
GM.
LA Knight and Rhea Ripley.
Look at all this talent, but in the end, only one brand will win.
Okay. Let's get into it. We're going to do the first week right now. Hall of Fame trophy induction will occur all brands at the end of the season. Yeah. We hear you. Right. Let's figure this out then, shall we? Triple H tonight is the night of debut show. I will try not to let you down. Good, I'm expecting big things. Ready for a new season? Just finishing our prep over at SmackDown. We're going to have some outstanding matches here. Try to keep up. Hey Scott, I want to let you know that I plan on taking ECW to the top of the power rankings. I have a roster and show running capabilities to do it. I don't think Raw stands a chance. You really think you can contend with us when we have superstars like LA Knight? Get real. Select our male champion. It's got, well, should we give it to Drew? Let's give it to Drew. Select your men's tag team champions. Who the hell's that going to be? Solo and Tamatonga? Let's have a think about this. So you're going to be our champions. You're going to be... you could be our main intercontinental champion or whatever it would be. And then you two would be the tag team champions, right? I don't know who we're making face Fatu over here. Because we're going to put the Usos against each other. I think. Okay, that's you lot done. Women's champion? Let's give it to Liv. Tag team champions? Oh no. I've got to turn you into a face. We've got a load of work to do on changing people into faces and stuff. Let's give it to these two. And then we haven't got one. We're gonna have a free for all for this one, I think. Because I've got to turn Tiff into a face, and then I've got fighter versus bruiser, specialist versus specialist, all good. Okay, yeah, we're good. Back Alley crew, okay. Veto a star. Do not put Roman Reigns in a match this week. About that. We've got to do some changing, so let's try and do that first of all. Role change. You're both bruisers, so ideally it would be good to change you to a fighter. Is that how it works? Can we change you to a fighter? Bruiser and giant, so no. So we need Drew. Oops. We need Drew to change to a fighter, right? That's fine. Let's just check that Roman is a bruiser. So bruiser versus fighter, all good. And I guess what we can do is a call out over here of you calling out you, since we don't want you in a... Oops. You calling... Let's try this again. You calling out you. We might need to change these because of the other stuff going on. So the other thing we need to do is a change to whatever you're called. Where are you, Jimmy? Jimmy? There we are. Oh, I'm doing the wrong thing. Hold on. Hold on a second. So we're going to change class. You changing to a fighter. Perfect. We're going to come down here and we're going to change role. You changing to a heel, right? Perfect. So let's have a think about matches. So let's assume we started with you versus you in just a normal match with the title on the line. Perfect. Then as our main, we can't have these two. So maybe we swap you. And we have a tag team with you and you. Oh no, I still need to change you as well. Okay, here's what we'll do. We'll get rid of this. We got so many role changes to do. This shows how badly my drafting skills went. Right, you changing to a face. Not sure it works for you, but that's what we're doing. So, with that being the case, we could have a tag team match of you and you versus you two, right? But without the titles on the line. Right, so I picked you up for you to face someone, but I don't know who that was. Let's go here and we'll have you versus, I guess, you. With the title on the line. Fine. And then what does it leave us with? A tag title match that we can't do. A Pete Dunne versus, and I don't really know what it leaves us with. Nothing spectacular. I guess I could do you versus you as a starting point, right? You versus you. Hold on, did I put... No, you're tag team. How is this a title match? Have I made a terrible error here? Oh no, did I make... Hold on. Hold on a second. No, you're the tag... How is it a title match? I mean, we don't want it to be a title match, so that's fine. So let's put you versus you. Like that. So that could be our first show. It's pretty cheap. 30 grand, but we've got you facing you in your heel cruiser versus giant. We've got you versus you, your bruiser versus specialist for the title. Well, we will not for the title, I don't think. Oh, it is a title match. It just doesn't show on this little... Oh, no, it does show on this little icon. We've got you versus you, your bruiser versus fighter, and we've got these lot going on. They're not the right classes against each other. I think that's fine. Because then we'll have the real championship thing over here. It's not great. It's not a great start. And we want to save up till we've got the assets for that. So if we were thinking about hiring someone else based on our roster that's left. Let's just clear this for a second. So you've got no one to fight right now because we're going to have you and Jimmy versus these two, which means we're going to have no one for these two to fight. I mean, I could turn you into a face and have you two against each other. That might work. So many role changes. Right, you versus you, apparently, with the title on the line. Okay, this is us. Do I want to hire anyone? I don't know if I do. Good to have some extra people just in case, but I don't think we need to do that right now. Injury rehab might be nice. Bad publicity. Select opponents around steal 2% of their fans from next week's show. I mean, that's pretty big, right? Superstars GM, raise the selected superstars morale. I'm going to buy this. Do I want to make Pat McAfee a legend? I don't know if I do, but using this early is pretty wise, right? Who would I use it on? Someone who's at the lowest. It's Pat. I think I'm gonna do it. I don't know why, but I think I'm gonna do it. I don't want to do it. I think I'm gonna do it. Holy moly. Veto a superstar, raise a superstar's morale. This is war. Select an opposing brand. They have 5 randomly selected superstars. That's a pretty good one. Okay, Pat, what are we doing with you then? Okay. Let's have a look then. Steel cage match, speciality last man standing match. Don't know if it matters. Let's put you in steel cage ones. Basic power card, gain 1 at the end of the season. Basic popularity, this superstar gains 1 popularity when participating in matches. Let's go with that because your popularity is crap. Cruiser bonus versus bruiser. Tornado tag, special guest referee. Okay. Well, look, our lowest level popularity superstar is now our boy. But I think this is us. Let's just check this one last time. Opener is a non-title match. I guess we should change you and you. Okay. This is us. This is the weirdest show I've ever put on. My draft is all over the place. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's get a new piece of paper in case we get some rivalries. So Fatu versus McAfee. Fatu wins in a new rivalry. Fatu McAfee. Level 1. In a 2.5-star match. Not quite what we were looking for. Okay, we've changed your thing. Lash Legend versus Lopez. This has got to be worse than 2.5, right? Lash wins in a new rivalry in 2-star. Lash versus Lopez. Level 1. I mean, that's gone pretty well. You've changed to a face. Sikoa and Tamatonga versus Axiom. We don't really want this to be a rivalry. Axiom and Fraser win. And they do start a rivalry. I'll write it down. Axiom, Fraser. I guess I could have left Jimmy as a heel and had Jimmy and Jay fight each other for a little bit longer. Axiom, Fraser, Sikoa, Tonga. Level 1. A role change going on over here. And then Liv and Jade. Liv wins. And a new rivalry in a 3.5-star great match. Liv and Jade. You know what? With every single one of our matches starting a rivalry, I can't be too disheartened with that. What's SmackDown got going on? They've got the Imperium versus Zayn and Owens. Interesting. Okay. We won't watch look at any of the results on those ones. I like it when you see that they've got half tag teams everywhere. You look. Okay. And NXT. Oh, we got the Creeds versus the Alpha Academy at the bottom there. Okay. So our show wasn't spectacular. However, it came good at the end. Good booking. At the end, we'll take that. You can go in and look at the match report and see what the performance was like. 2.5-star for these two. 3.5-star over here. 3.5-star over here as well. But we don't need to worry too much about that. What have we got going on then? So we got 29.9 thousand fans and 27 grand in the bank. I like tonight's Raw keep it coming. What a pair of cowards. Solakoa and Tama got disqualified because they can't take Fraser and Axiom in a fair tag. Solakoa and Tamatonga are an incredible tag team. Liv defends the title. Jade's just not good enough today. Really varied show. Added to the quality. Keep it up. Not much of a challenge, Pat McAfee, and no thanks to you leeches out there, says Jacob. Tonight's Raw started strong and ended strong. I liked it. Liv beats Jade. It's so easy. Really liked tonight's match with Jay Cargo and Liv Morgan, one of the better classes in the ring. Oh, what a shocker. Jimmy becoming a good guy. Is it that much of a shocker? Okay. So we got 29. They got 31.9 and 39 grand. 20,000 over here for ECW and 11 grand. And then finally 29.9 and 43 grand in the bank. Okay. Otis and Tozawa work well together. Well, there we go. Look, week 1 is done, and here are the standings. Adam Pearce is at the top in charge of SmackDown. We're second in charge of Raw with a good, healthy budget in comparison to most. Shawn Michaels is there with NXT, and then Paul Heyman with ECW bringing up the rear. Thank you so much for watching. We'll be back with another episode next time. We'll try and do 2 shows in a week, maybe. Maybe that's the way to do it, and then we can have the go home show, and then it's a difficult one because then the pay-per-view is a bit of an odd one, but you only kind of do one match in that, so maybe we'll figure out how we squeeze it all together. Thank you so much. I'll see you again soon.